Husmeemos un poco por el perímetro. Si no hay nada, nos vamos.
Ninguna serpiente ha aparecido en Zootopia en muchos años. ¡Una serpiente!
Byron, first you. This is a sequel. How did you want it to differ from the first part?
Well, it's funny because like Jared and I started on the first film about 14 years ago. I started talking about that, and it's amazing that almost 10 years has passed since the first film came out. But I think when we do sequels, when we expand on these stories, we want to be true to the first film and understand like why people went to it in the first place. And for us, like it was a constant reminder that Nick and Judy as a pair of very contrasting characters that have that chemistry between them needed to be core to the movie. But Jared and I had talked about the world of reptiles way back when, even like a decade ago. But the question was, when do you step into the world of reptiles and how do you do it? And Gary, as this very surprisingly appealing, vulnerable snake, was the perfect answer to that. So just to answer your question, I think we wanted to check all the boxes, make sure you laughed and cried, enjoyed the jokes of the world, met a ton of new animals, new environments and stuff. And so that meant the movie had to be huge. And then that was Yvette's job about telling us how to get that done.
Yvette, what did you look most forward to expand on the sequels? What like species, world, sort of locations? Because we see a lot of beautiful new places we haven't seen before.
Yeah, it was exciting to come into this world and see kind of where the story took us and how we were going to expand the worlds. One of the most exciting new worlds that we go into is Marsh Market, excuse me, because we're seeing these animals that live below water and above water. And it's something that I love it because it's something that we don't have an equivalent to in our human world. And the way that our art design team really kind of designed this world and creating things that exist underwater and how they get in and out of the water. It's so much fun to go into and to see how these animals exist in this world.
Now, this is for Byron. Now, this is
Okay.
interesting because Zootopia is a movie known for tackling serious themes about prejudice, discrimination. The first movie came out during 2016, coinciding with the first government of President Trump. Now, the sequel is coinciding with his second term. Was it a coincidence, or do you think there was an idea the movie was sort of trying to explain something that was happening in the current world?
Well, we love that the movie of Zootopia, it is a mirror for our human sort of experience. And the truth of all of this is that these issues never go away. Like, I think one of the things this second movie talks about is there's a large historical component to what happened 100 years ago in Zootopia that has sort of set things going in a bad direction. So I think it really is about the fact that the second movie is all about our differences and about how, whereas these differences can seem polarizing and seem like they are problems to be dealt with, they're actually like huge opportunities. I think the fact that we can learn to value each other for how different we are, we can kind of build on those different perspectives to make the world a better place and actually to be much stronger together than if we were all the same. So I think it really is a very hopeful movie, and that's what I've been wanting. Like, I've been wanting to go to the theater and see something that made me feel uplifted and made me hopeful, because it's troubling, like you have a lot to deal with these days.
And it's important that there's a movie that it can make people talk years, decades from the release, and that the sequel could follow the footsteps of the first film. Yvette, for example, what do you think is the importance of Zootopia in the Disney canon? It's such a film so different from what usually Disney shows with princesses and musicals.
Well, I think that we, over the past 100 years, 101, 2 years now, we have had so many different films. And I actually don't think it's, I don't think that we have any one type of film that we do. And what I love about working here and doing these films is, we could do a film like Encanto and then a film like Zootopia. Zootopia is a world of talking animals, and we've had that, before. We've had it in The Jungle Book or Robin Hood, and all of these various movies where, you know, it's a part of our history and who we are. And Zootopia is a huge part of that, of our history here at Disney Animation. And it's exciting to actually to come into this world and continue the story of Judy and Nick and all of these crazy animals that live in this world. So I think, you know, it holds a very strong place in our history, but it's built on previous films that we've done in the past that have done such a great job of bringing these animals into a world where we can connect with them.
Now, the last question for both of you. What animals would you be in the world of Zootopia?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a good question.
I would like to be a quokka because quokkas, if you know, like in our therapy animal, Dr. Fusby, in the sort of partnership encounter group, that is a quokka. Quokkas are the cutest, most friendliest little animals. They're like a species of wallaby from Australia, and they have a natural smile built in, and everybody likes quokkas. Nobody doesn't like quokkas. So I'm very needy, and I would like everyone to like me. So I think I would like to be a quokka, a cute quokka.
You know, I'm going to go for a more practical answer. I think maybe a giraffe. I just want to be tall and see everything.
No, she could be taller. It's true.
I could be taller.
They're so cute. I'd be a bird, a raven. Are there birds in Zootopia? I think not. I haven't seen them.
Oh, ravens are great. I love ravens,
For the
actually.
sequel, wait.